Today was Convocation Day for incoming freshmen at the University of South Carolina, Aiken. One topic of discussion, immigration.
And Jenny, after an undocumented immigrant was arrested Tuesday in the death of a 20-year-old college student in Iowa, some lawmakers are blaming the tragedy on the nation's immigration laws. Today, I sat down with an author to talk about immigration. He shared with me some of the challenges when dealing with undocumented people here in the United States.
What happened to her is terrible.
A 20-year-old college student killed after a morning run.
What I do not appreciate about the current presidential administration or about law enforcement that targets immigrant communities is that it regularly uses these discrete cases of crimes that are either alleged to or that are found to have been committed by undocumented immigrants as a pretext for terrorizing an entire population.
The man charged, an undocumented immigrant.
Many undocumented folks do not have a pathway to adjusting their status in this country.
Dr. Polita Delata knows firsthand the challenges of being undocumented. The author of Undocumented, a Dominican boy's odyssey from a homeless shelter to the Ivy Leagues, chronicles the struggles, challenges, and opportunities he faced when growing up after his family's visa expired.
There are many opportunities that are denied the undocumented.
With his mother and brother in New York and his father back in Santo Domingo for most of his life, he experienced homelessness, fear, confusion, and uncertainty.
Where it has become possible for populist strongmen to invoke the fear of their communities changing as incentive and as justification for making immigration laws stricter.
The author gave USC Aiken's class of 2022 examples of how powerful thought can be.
The average American has far more to gain from immigration in terms of the cumulative economic effects than he or she has to lose from it.
And freshmen at USC Aiken will be required to read Undocumented this semester. Brad?
Thanks a lot, Sean. We appreciate you.